Morning all. I attended the Town Hall Supporters Trust forum last night. It was an interesting night, but I don't feel that the Chi and Mora would have taken a representative view to Parliament based on last night's discussions, especially in light of 97% of people in the Trust favouring the takeover. I don't think that was reflected last night by some of the selected speakers. So I'd just like to start by asking the question, why has there been so much media attention and potential opposition to the takeover of Newcastle, especially in the light that Saudi owners of royal descent currently own Sheffield United? Has that been discussed much? And because that's a reality, they are there. I won't mention one of the Sheffield United's owners' past quotes, namely, I get offended when Bin Laden family is given a bad name. Well, that's unfortunate, because I also get offended when Newcastle is given a bad name through the association of Mike Ashley. Never mind any Saudi takeovers. We've had to endure 13 years of pain. The morals of the present owner have often been brought to light in Parliament, and credit to Chi for that. She always tries to battle Mike Ashley, but nothing seems to have ever been done as far as I'm aware. I don't need to go into any of Mike Ashley's past and current misdemeanours and current exploitations. Previous MP reports report that Sports Direct staff not treated as human. That seems a human rights issue, does it not? Elsewhere in the report, a previous report that Chi will be familiar with, heard by MPs, suggested that Sports Direct working practices are closer to that of a Victorian workhouse than a modern, reputable high street retailer. Well, has anyone seen Newcastle's training ground? What more proof do you want? Now, this takeover, the Saudi takeover, would rid Newcastle fans of the heavy ball, chain and shackles and the misery of the last 13 years. And it would offer a fresh generation, hope, excitement, optimism, akin to the first spell of the Keegan era when he was manager at the club. Not to mention an amazing opportunity to invest in the region. Chi, I'm sure you know how essential this is going to be after the coronavirus. We're going to need investment. Unemployment rates up here and poverty, everything is going to be bad, and this investment could be crucial to a lot of people and offer a lot of job opportunities and hope. In terms of the Premier League, if you want to take this, if they want a fresh image, then introduce a salary cap and a spending cap, but that's never going to happen because money talks, and everybody knows this. Amazon's going to get a piece of the pie. They already have last season. Money's only going to increase exponentially even after the coronavirus when everything settles down. So I think that's a no-go. I'm sure Roman Abramovich at Chelsea and the Sheikhs at Man City, Glazers at Man United, I'm sure they're very nice owners, lovely people. I mean, have you ever met a billionaire that isn't nice? And I'm sure they contribute to the league's honour and reputation, which seems to be one of the negatives against the Saudi owners by some people. In that case, I hope people enjoyed the last World Cup in Russia that the team the FA sent out, and are looking forward to the next one in Qatar. Sure, England fans will be there in their masses, and they'll be backed by the team that the FA send out there. Last night there was a talk from Jamal Khashoggi's wife, and my condolences are with her and her family. It was very tragic and sad, and totally unnecessary what happened and out of order. I can't stress that enough. It was diabolical. But I will, however, say that the Crown Prince denies any involvement. But he appeared to be found guilty last night at the town hall, despite denying the allegations. And at the same time, it was refuted that Mike Ashley was a criminal. Well, if you see his personal profit margin on club merchandise, especially the club shirts, then you can make your own mind up whether he's a criminal or not. If you see his profit margin on everything he's taken out of the club. So I think the claims against the proposed new owner are unsubstantiated in that respect, and hypocritical and selective and politically driven potentially as well. And you could argue that it's a racially motivated slur against Saudi Arabia, who's trying to buck the trend. It's had a lot of negative press in the past, and rightly so, the human rights and treatment of women, etc. But this is an opportunity for them to expand their horizons and get exposure, which Mike Ashley gets the negative exposure, doesn't like it, and is ultimately selling the club. And this is an opportunity for Saudi and the rest of the world to form links, and the investment they'll bring to the northeast and the excitement that they'll bring is undoubtedly absolutely crucial. I won't mention the morals associated with two former Sky Sports employees who seem to want to meddle in this. Apparently Bungle was off on one today again, but I think who's going to employ them outside of Qatar, to be fair? So let them get on with it. I think it seems many people have got an agenda. I think people would see Newcastle as a threat, being the biggest club in the world. So people outside Newcastle are the richest club in the world, not the biggest. That'll come in 10 years maybe. So I think that the takeover is going to get announced. I think the FA will see sense. I don't think they've got any grounds to block it. So let's welcome the Saudis to the Kingdom of Newcastle. And Chi, I think if you want to take something to Parliament, have a more representative view of Newcastle fans, then maybe there's things you can do. Go search the streets, speak to people it's a shame you can't speak to people in pubs, but maybe get all Newcastle season ticket holders, give them an exclusive survey link where they can log in with their supporters number and then ask them their views, because I think these 52,000 people should carry a heavy weight. But then supporters that don't go to attend games, listen to the radio and watch the games on the TV, that have just as much passion, those that have given up their season tickets in past years, deserve a big say as well. So get a more representative sample. Take into account the 97% that's filled in the Supporters Trust survey, and not just about a handful of people that potentially were selective and have got different agendas. Okay, thanks very much, Al.